Welcome to Versus episode 34. I'm JWMaher, and that's Will Cohen. Before we get into the movie, Will, how you doing this evening?
I'm doing okay. It's always fascinating when we come across these films, and you can just absolutely tell that the film had like one single purpose in mind. And we'll go into that a little bit more in detail here. But John, what are we watching this week?
We're kind of getting down to like where we've watched almost every Jagged Edge movie. So like our initial mission is like almost complete because I don't think I'll be making any more movies that would be like worth talking about on this stage. But yeah, they made a lot of movies. You know, dinosaurs went to hotels. Dinosaurs went to prison. There were pterodactyls in the mountains. There were dinosaurs in the Monsternados. But now it's just very simply, we are talking just simply about what happens at the end of the world when it's the kingdom of the dinosaurs.
Year 2030, with nations increasingly pushed apart and the world at the brink of disaster. Government investment in the war effort has resulted in one company achieving a breakthrough of Jurassic proportion.
When the war broke out, a lot of people went into hiding.
We haven't had any contact with the outside world in 6 months. Food and medical supplies were running low. We've got to do something.
The nearest town is to the west.
What about those monsters? What if they're still out there?
I gotta say, I for one am kind of relieved that we don't have to worry about like horrible things in the actual concepts of the movies, and we're just back to just plot holes in the movie itself. I'm kind of relieved about that.
I mean, that is 100% fair. Like this, as we kind of discussed, like back, behind the scenes, like this film is not like terrible. This is not like Dinosaur Hotel 2 terrible by any stretch of the imagination. This is certainly a far cry from Louise Warren fucking terrible. But this movie makes films like Sound of Fury, or Sound of Thunder rather, or Jurassic Park 3 look palatable by comparison. It makes milk look spicy. So it's just run of the mill boring.
Yeah, like we start with like, here's the thing. Like, I don't understand. Like there's just like the concept is just like it is what it is. It's like the military has developed dinosaurs.
I've spoken to the board of directors. We're going to give each a week's supply of food and water for the time being.
Why the fuck you would do that doesn't make sense because they're dinosaurs.
Well, okay, so I can understand the military application of dinosaurs in general, but what happened? Like this is the typical Jagged Edge film here, John. The typical Jagged Edge problem. We have the good movie buried in somewhere, but it's not the film we got.
Yeah, because in the beginning of the movie, there's like there's the lab where the dinosaurs are like behind like a door, and the one technician just kind of opens the door and like fucks off.
I'm invested in the protection of these as much as you are. They won't be left. They can't be. They're worth billions.
On purpose.
Well, it's really stupid because like had we gotten the lead up, I feel like they just like, I feel like this was like going to be a longer movie, a longer meeting, like maybe 90 minutes. And they were going to, like have like the big intro, like they were going to explain how they came to this decision, the creation of the dinosaurs, how they were going to train these, like they were going to like share the relationship. And then they realized we don't care enough. We're now like seeing the project being shut down and the lab about to collapse upon itself. And so that's when the guy who created them said, that's when they're just having the conversation. Well, we can't just let them die. We raise these things. But then they're scared of the things that they raised, which doesn't make any sense.
And like here, like it goes from like 0 to not even 0 to 60, 0 to like 260, because like they open the door and there's just like little dinosaurs in there, and then somehow him opening the door leads to them scrambling the Air Force and sending people to bunkers. Like it's just like immediately.
Drew?
Carly, did you get the locator? Did it say S21 shelter?
Yeah, well, I got the pin on my phone, but I couldn't see it.
Carly, you need to leave right now. I don't know what's happening. The news said the military were mobilizing this morning. It's not safe.
So if it's a secret project, how did they know the threat? I don't know. Just a plot hole for you to mill over. What do you think?
It's like were there multiple labs and all of them just decided to fuck off and just unleash the dinosaurs? Is this like is this like what was also going on in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom at the end? Is this like the weird in-between film?
This is the weird in-between film.
I felt like it.
Because they've also they've created this gigantic bunker that they send like the weird they send these weird our weird crew of people there. But when they're there, like we were all chosen to be here for our special talents, and I have no fucking idea. It doesn't seem like the crew I would pick.
They're all there for the special talents, but we never understand what their talents are, except for maybe one who's pregnant. It's like, maybe we know what her talent is.
The one, Aquaman from Wish mercenary, the female mercenary.
Oh, that's out. What do you mean?
Then the older sergeant mercenary.
The food supply's running low.
How much have we got?
Who has like tuberculosis or some shit, and then his daughter has like tuberculosis or some shit.
Hey, baby, what's going on?
Nothing there.
Because they're characters that they cough. The one Aquaman mercenary's pregnant wife, an old lady, and then just 2 other random girls.
Don't allow yourself to get worked up like this.
Or just and a guy who has a pistol. These are the people in the bunker. These are the people chosen to repopulate the earth.
And this crew makes no sense to me whatsoever beyond that as well, because it's like they're dressed so weird. Like,
they're dressed. The girls are dressed like they're going clubbing.
If anyone's capable, it's going to be that lot.
Yeah, it's like camo, leopard print. It's like,
yeah.
First of all, you're in a fucking bunker. Lose the camo.
Yeah.
And especially since when they go outside, they're not in the fucking jungle. Why are they fucking wearing camo?
Well, here's the thing that bothers me about the bunker, right? When they first get to the bunker, it's like, the last second they get there and they close the gate right in time and somebody's trapped outside and the raptors come.
Hold on, man! Drew, what is that?
There's a big metal gate outside of the actual bunker that they slam shut and electrify, and that's keeping the raptors out. However,
all the dinosaurs, because the one guy we get seen eaten was a T-Rex.
Yeah, the T-Rex, all dinosaurs, like even the pterodactyls that could fly over the fence, they're being kept out. Everything's being kept out. Yet when they So there's the outer gate to the bunker, and then the bunker itself has a door. It's a tunnel with a door on it. Later on, when the mercenaries go out into the world do their expedition, and the sergeant guy is left behind, that outer gate is still closed. Yet when he opens the inner gate, the dinosaurs get in. How did they get through the outer gate?
I don't know, John, because it's very clear from the very get-go that these raptors are like uber intelligent because they're opening all of the fucking doors.
Yeah, this is like I don't know how many levels this bunker has because there's so much running up and down stairs. And there's at least 4 levels of bunker, and the dinosaurs are like blisteringly fast. But so you see the dinosaurs sprint at the camera. So you'd think anybody they're chasing is just fucked every single time. Yeah, then you see the person running, and you can see like 100 yards behind them, and there's no dinosaurs behind them. They get like 100-yard head start every single time.
Well, and these guys' reaction times are like the slowest fucking things ever. Because even in the trailer, they showed a dinosaur running full blast. He's just standing there, like,
yeah.
Oh fuck, yeah.
There's also a lot of every time you see this scene, like persons in a room, dinosaurs in a room, and there's like a thing that's like this big, and they're like this behind it, and they're like they knock on this side of it, and the dinosaur goes this way, and they go that way. And the dinosaurs fall for it every time.
So how are they able to figure out doors if they fall for something that's stupid?
I don't know. Then there's also, so whatever, like, they've been in the bunker for like a long ass time, like 2 years, and they haven't had contact with the outside world in 6 months. So they decide to go out and find more supplies. Yet the first thing they pass is a town, and in one of the houses in the town are more survivors that have a car. And they're like, yeah, we've been driving the car around whenever we need to go on runs. Cool. Why is it the first time they take that car out there and they get attacked by Tyrannosaurus Rexes? And she's like, shouldn't that have been happening the entire time?
I mean, you would think it's like, is this the one time that they got unlucky?
What a coincidence.
It's like... But again, John, none of these films make ever made sense. This is exactly the same shit we always see with Jagged Edge films. Is that, as you put it before, big gaping plot holes you can run that fucking car through. It's just,
our two-pronged plot, right? Dinosaurs have gotten into the bunker and they're killing the people in there, and we'll get to the pregnancy thing in a minute too. So that's the only plot point, right? And then there's the outside people. That mission just fails. Like they meet new people, the new people get killed, they kill some of the old people, and they just make their way back. That's the whole arc. It's as dumb as it sounds. It really is as dumb. And there's a whole scene where they're going through the woods and they have flares.
Interesting thing of note: the people who go into the woods, no camo.
Right. No camo at that point. And then we should mention the one girl is pregnant. Sometimes she looks pregnant. Sometimes she doesn't look pregnant. That's a typical Jagged Edge thing. But the one thing that bothers me is like she is in horrible, painful, debilitating labor. Until she's not. She never has the baby. But the labor just goes away. She's firing a machine gun. And then at the end of the movie, she's just not in labor anymore. The survivors make it back to meet the survivors from the bunker. Some dinosaurs get killed, not enough that I think they'd be safe. And then they just get a radio message, help is on the way.
Hello, can you hear me? We need your help.
And it's like, oh, help is on the way. And the movie ends.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. Kingdom of the Dinosaurs. What did I leave out?
Nothing. That's the sad fucking thing, John. You left out nothing. This is 120 minutes of nothing.
Is it that long?
This film, like, okay, this film has some mildly entertaining moments for the wrong reasons, but not enough to keep it interesting. This is not Dinosaur Hotel 3 by any stretch of the imagination. God, I really wish it was.
Yeah, I mean, this is middle of the road. I'm gonna say it's not the worst Jagged Edge movie. It's not definitely the best Jagged Edge movie. A lot of the pitfalls they don't fall into, but it still is shitty CGI, and literally nothing happens. Like they could have just not left, because the whole span of the movie doesn't last more than 48 hours. They could have just not left the bunker, and then help would have been on the way. So like it's the whole movie is pointless. Like everyone died for nothing, like most Jagged Edge movies. Let's jump ahead to these ratings. Like I said, it wasn't like painfully. I didn't feel like painfully embarrassed watching this movie, and it wasn't horrible, but it's not good. So don't get me wrong. It's high level Jagged Edge. It's a 1.5 videotape movie. Will, what do you think?
Maybe I'm being more generous than I probably should, but I actually gave this a 2.
All right.
The reason why I gave it a 2 is I feel like 1.5 means that my time was wasted, and technically it wasn't. Like, I didn't hate this movie. I was just bored out of my goddamn skull, and that's not enough to hate the film. I love laughing at stupid people, but I was more annoyed by the stupid people this time around. If I was laughing harder, I probably would have given this a higher rating.
Chrissy Won His Death is funny.
Was that?
Chrissy Won His Death is funny. She just refuses to get out of that car. I will say that.
I mean, every single time she dies in a film, it's always funny.
Yeah.
Because, I think she's like the third most hated person on my list, next to Louisa Warren and like half of the other people that Louisa Warren works with.
Fair enough.
So, but again, it's not terrible. It's not a waste of time. It's just a waste of effort.
Fair enough. And if you choose to watch this movie, we did give you a drink and a drinking game in the description. Look for that. If you made this part in the video, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Like I said, we are getting down kind of to the nitty gritty with Jagged Edge. So I kind of want to see what's remaining. I know there's some Krampus movies. I guess we're getting close enough to Christmas. I guess we should do the Krampus movies, right? What do you think? Well,
yeah, because we're like what, we're like about 2 weeks out, a little over 2 weeks out from Christmas.
Yeah.
So why not? Why not just like start chomping into these bad boys?
Actually, you know what? We're got like there's some other holiday movies before Christmas, and we're gonna run out of movies before Easter. So, in the spirit of Jesus Christ, I think we're gonna do the Easter Bunny Massacre first, and then the other Easter Bunny movie, and then we'll do Krampus closer to Christmas. So next week it's the Easter Bunny Massacre. Here on Versus. If you made this part of the video, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Go to the Facebook group at Why We Love Hard. Check us out on Letterboxd, JWMaher, WillFromYMB. And again, we appreciate you stopping by.